Oh, what's going on, guys? It's your boy ST here, coming back at you with a different video today. We're going to be doing a tier makers list. Today we're going to be doing the NBA teams. I know this is super, like, every single YouTuber has ever done this, or sports YouTuber has done this. So we're going to hop in and do it with the NBA coming back in about less than 2 weeks, maybe? Yeah, about 2 weeks. Figured we'd hop in. Now this is going to be, like, overall. This isn't going to be... I'm going to rank the teams, but it's not going to be like overall. Like, obviously the Warriors have had a bad record season, but no one believes that they're a bottom 5 team in the league. I mean, when they're healthy, then they're a top 5 team in the NBA. And so that's what I'm going to be going on when healthy, how the roster is currently constructed. So let's start this out. We're just going to go in alphabetical order like they have it here. Philadelphia 76ers. I think they're a solid team. Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, I think are good. I don't think they'll ever win a championship with how their current roster is put together. They have Tobias Harris, which is a nice piece as well. But I won't put them S tier or A tier. I think they're on the fringe of A tier simply because of how good Joel Embiid is. But I'll put them at B tier. Washington Wizards, they have John Wall and Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is the best out of the two of them, in my opinion. They don't really have any other pieces, though. So I think putting them C tier is solid. I think that makes a lot of sense. Atlanta Hawks. Now, when healthy right now, I have to put them at C tier. But when they start developing, and next year or even 2 years down the road probably, they're going to be sick. Trae Young is going to be an MVP candidate. I don't like the Steph Curry comparisons. I know games are similar, but I don't think he'll ever get to Steph Curry's range, but he's going to be an MVP type caliber, top 3-4 point guard in this league in another 3 to 4 years. Cavaliers, they are just absolutely trash. There's not a tier low enough for them. They'll be at D. Detroit Pistons, honestly, same thing. I have them at D tier. They're bottom 5 team in the league, in my opinion. I know their record doesn't really speak to that right now, but especially with getting rid of Andre Drummond, Blake Griffin always has injury problems. Derrick Rose, I don't picture him staying around for much longer. He can go to a contender, try to win a title. I'd like to see him go to LA. I'd like to see Derrick Rose go to the Lakers maybe and get a chance to win a title maybe next year or something, trade or signing. I'm not sure if he's a free agent or not, but I think that would be sick. Indiana Pacers, they're right there too. They got Victor Oladipo. Who knows if Victor Oladipo will want out though. But they're a solid team. I'll put them at B tier for right now. Milwaukee Bucks, I mean, they have Giannis. If you have Giannis, that pretty much automatically puts you at S tier. Who knows how long he'll stay there? Hopefully he comes to the Warriors if we don't have to give up too much. But we'll see. That's a different story for a different day. Toronto Raptors, this is a hard one for me because they beat us last year in the finals. But there's no denying how good of a team they are. Pascal Siakam is a young star. Fred VanVleet, Kyle Lowry, Marc Gasol, they're all solid players. I mean, they're not S tier, and I think they're a little bit better than B tier, so I'm going to put them at A tier. Dallas Mavericks, Luka Doncic, and Kristaps Porzingis, solid pieces. They don't have a whole lot else around them. I think because of those two players, though, they'll be a solid team in the league for the next 5 to 8 years, maybe 10 years, something like that. But I'll probably put them right now at B tier. Denver Nuggets, this is a team I don't think they'll ever do anything. They have a solid player in Jokic, and Jamal Murray is a decent point guard. They do have my boy Gary Harris, so go green, baby. But I don't really picture them doing much. They're just a solid regular season team. If you want me to be honest, B tier. They're on the come up. I think they're currently in the 8th seed right now. Jaren Jackson, go green, baby. He's going to be a top 5 power forward in the Morant's a really good young point guard. Once they get a couple more pieces around them, then they'll start to really reach their potential even higher. As of right now, though, I probably have to put them at C tier, but that's like fringe going up into B tier. I think Indiana is like fringe, like B, C tier as well. Minnesota Timberwolves, they're kind of in a rebuilding phase, sort of right now. But when healthy, they got D'Angelo Russell, who's one of the better point guards in the league, in my opinion. Karl Anthony Towns. They have a solid group, but I have to put them at C tier right now. San Antonio Spurs, I mean, they've been so good for so many years. But the thing is, they don't have that one player right now. They got LaMarcus Aldridge, DeMar DeRozan, who are kind of older pieces. So right now, they're C tier. The Utah Jazz are one of those teams I was really high on at the beginning of the year. I thought bringing in Ricky Rubio would be a big gift for them, having a point guard that can run it with Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. But I think I'll have to put them... I'll put them at a solid B. Solid B tier. The Clippers, I think they're one of the best couple teams in the league. Even though Lakers are the squad, I got them in S tier right now. The Phoenix Suns, they're building to something, man, but DeAndre Ayton's solid. If they can get LaMelo in the draft, then I think that'll do a lot for them. They got Devin Booker, obviously, who's a stud, but I got them at D tier right now. Fringe going on C tier due to the talent on their team. Portland Trail Blazers, solid team, but I don't know, man. They got players in Dame and CJ, and they were not healthy this year. That's why they were a little bit further down. But I'll probably honestly put them B tier simply because of Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum when they're healthy is one of the best backcourts in the league. Not the best backcourt. Don't get it twisted. We'll get to the best backcourt in a couple picks, as you can see, but don't get it twisted. They're a top 5 backcourt in the league. Sacramento Kings have a couple nice pieces. De'Aaron Fox, Marvin Bagley, but they're not really doing anything, so got to put the Queens at C. New York Knicks, just automatically D tier. There's no reason to discuss it, or they're D tier. They're just a mess until they get a new owner and everything in there. Find a coach that can fit their whatever they're trying to do, or until they have a direction, they will be stuck at D tier. New Orleans Pelicans. This is B tier. But this is B tier with, if they develop by next year, they could be A tier. I mean, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Zion. I mean, Jackson Hayes, I think he's a really good center. Josh Hart, 6-man coming off the bench. Drew Holiday, too. I mean, they have a really good team, and I think if that team stays together, they can do some damage in the league for sure in the coming years. Charlotte Hornets, man. Miles, my boy Miles is on the team. I got to put them at C tier, though. I think they have good young pieces in Miles, Devontae Graham, PJ Washington. They're a couple good draft picks away, I think, from having a good squad. But as of right now, I got them at C tier. Honestly, unfortunately, it's kind of fringe going to D tier. But in the years, in the next couple years, I picture them going up. Houston Rockets, D tier. No, we'll take this seriously. I can't stand the Houston Rockets. Probably my least favorite team in the NBA. But we'll put them at A tier. I mean, as much as I don't like Russell Westbrook or James Harden, they're both really solid players. But I just know that they will never win a championship the way that they play, But I have to put them at A tier. But I kind of think the same thing with the Denver Nuggets, but I think Houston's a little bit better team, but they're kind of a team that will consistently have a good squad in the regular season, but obviously you saw the last handful of years that they can't get past the Western Conference Finals. Miami Heat, another team kind of on the come up with Kendrick Nunn, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero. I mean, they got a really good team, but I think B tier is a good spot for them right now. Chicago Bulls, I'm sorry, Denzel Valentine, but got to put them at D tier right now. Kind of, they got Kobe White, Denzel Valentine, Otto Porter's in there too, Lauri Markkanen, Zach LaVine. They got decent players, but they're just, they're at D tier right now. That could improve, obviously. I think in the next couple years, depending on how some of their players develop. But right now, I got them right there at D tier. The Brooklyn Nets, when healthy, KD, Kyrie, DeAndre Jordan, A tier. That's not a question. I don't understand. That's not a question. KD, when healthy, in my opinion, is the best player in the league. I know all y'all want to say LeBron. Don't get me wrong. I respect LeBron. I always respected him. I never really liked him until he came to the Lakers. Then I, obviously had to like him because he was on the Lakers on one of my teams. But I got KD. I think just pure skill and he's a walking bucket. KD can do anything. He can pull up from 35. He can get in the paint and score. He can handle the ball. He can defend with his length. Kyrie is a top 5 point guard. DeAndre Jordan is a solid piece with both of them. If they can get, chemistry and everything to work around them, then I think they'll have a good team, and they're A tier, in my opinion. Oklahoma City Thunder, I think they should be lower the way they performed this year, but I think they're higher just because of how they performed this year, but they have good players in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Chris Paul is still a decent point guard in his 30s, and they got some other pieces there, but I'll put them at B tier, fringe C tier. I'm saving the best two for last, but Boston Celtics, really good team. Put them at B tier. Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Enes Kanter. They're a really deep team. They have a lot of good players, as much as I hate to admit it, them being the Celtics, but they're solid A tier. I think they have a good shot to make it out of the East this year. Orlando Magic, they're kind of rebuilding too, but I kind of got them in the same stratosphere floating around here. And I think I'll put them... I'll put them at D tier. I feel like that's a good spot for them. Now, the last two, the best two. Lakers, LeBron, AD, Kuzma, solid squad. When healthy, they are one of the best 3-4 teams in the league. Without a doubt, that's not even a discussion. Especially in the next couple years, if they can get another free agent signing too, this can be a squad for the last 3 to 4 solid years of LeBron's career. And AD, him being around, if AD's on the team, that's a squad. Golden State Warriors, when healthy, S tier, without a doubt. Best backcourt in NBA history in Steph and Clay. You got Draymond, who can do everything. And Andrew Wiggins, if he can get a jump shot, which I think he can. If anyone can help him get a jump shot, it's this coaching staff. Young players like Eric Pascal, Marquise Chris as well at center. With all those players, man, this next 3 to 4 or 5 year run that I think that they can have after kind of retooling this year and, resting a year with injuries and, having a super young squad. Depending on who they get in the draft, which I have faith in the front office and Bob Myers and, Steve Kerr and everyone to get a good player, whether they go after James Wiseman or Anthony Edwards. I think that'll help propel them into the next 3 to 5 year run that I hope to have in terms of probably closer to 5 years, in my opinion, of Steph and Clay's prime. Both of them 30, 31 now, around that area, 29 to 31. The next 5 years, we'll have a squad. And if you don't think that, I'm sorry, but you are dead wrong. They're going to have a squad. That's it. That's a tier list. If you don't agree with me, then I'm sorry, but you're wrong. This is, I think, really solid. There's a few teams that I think are on the fringe of, going C to D and vice versa. And same thing with B to A, to be honest with you. But I think that this is a good setup right here. And that's that, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, gang.